166.9.
I speak unto thee this day, and I say that I, the living God, do call my people to be faithful, to be true unto me. That is, I call them to stay in the way that I provide, that straight and narrow way, that they can be kept from me. For I say that I do not call my people to be whoring after everything that comes along, then claiming that it is me that they love. But I say that I call my people to keep their vows, their commitments, their desire ever upon me. Now I say you are living in a time when men are promoting their own glory. I say they are seeking to call attention unto themselves. They are seeking to gain the seat of preeminence. And why is it so? I say it is because they are full of pride and the love of self. And I say they are not humble before me. But I say, if I, the living God, do provide the way for a man, and he stays therein, then I say that he can come forth in my wisdom. But I say, when any man will be high-minded and proud, he will seek his own way. Now I say, you are living in times when men have sought their own way and got their own way, and what have they brought forth? I say they brought forth nothing but the wind. They brought forth destitution of soul, and of course they are estranged from me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to follow the wind, nor to follow those who are full of the same. But I say that I call thee to walk in a way wherein I have prepared my life for thee. Now I say this day, if I, the living God, do give my truth, do give my light, do give my spirit unto a man, and he does not cherish the same, but is abusive, I say, who is to blame? I say, can he turn and refute and rebuke me because he is an abuser, he is an accuser and a loser? No, the blame goes back on him because he did not cherish what it was that I done for him. But I say, like a drunkard, he abused and accused, and I say, he is the one who loses out with me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk disorderly according to your own understanding, no, not at all. But I say that I call thee to walk circumspectly, to remain under the mind of my spirit, to be ever guided by me. Now I say, consider, if I, the living God, did give to a man a wife, and he was unfaithful, untrue unto her, I say, if he was ever straining the neck, craning the eye, looking to see some other man's woman, I say he would prove himself to be an unfaithful cur. And I say, in the process of it all, he would lose out the precious thing that had been given unto him. Now I say, if a man is such a fool, I say, is he going to turn and blame the woman? Is he going to turn and blame me for his own misconduct and misbehaviors? Or is he going to face the fact that he's brought his loss unto himself because of his own adulterous heart? I say, so it is with the ones who are claiming to be my people. If I give them the way wherein they are meant to be wedded by me, and unto me, and I say they are ever departing from that way, ever craning the neck, straining the eye, and striving to get out of the way that I have given unto them, what do they prove? They prove that their hearts are full of adultery and whoredom. They prove they are unfaithful and untrue. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to live in a way of unfaithfulness, to live in a way of spiritual adultery, to live in a way whereby you think you are something that you are not. But I say that I call thee to live according to the mind of my spirit, that you can indeed be directed by me. For I say, if you will indeed accept my covering over thee, you are ever guided forth. But I say, if you resent and reject my covering, I say you will not be subject to me. I say you will not be subject to anything except the ranting of your own carnality and demons. Now I say this day that a man must choose what it is that he will obey in this life. And I say, if a man will choose to obey me, if he will walk according to the dictates that I give unto him, he will be guided forth in life. But I say, if a man will choose to follow after every vile spirit that comes along, to follow after every seductive spirit that entices him away from the straight and narrow way, I say that such a man will end up bankrupt of his faith. And I say that he will doubt his own salvation, he will doubt the mercies that I provide, and I say that he will be overwhelmed in his own self-imposed doubts. And I say it is because he has refused obedience, he has refused the straight and narrow way that I gave unto him to be the safety provided. Now I say, when a man is proud, he will resist my authority, he will resist my correction, and he will be lifted up in his own estimation as to how great he is. But I say that he will not be able to function in the way that I provide because of the rebellious nature of his own evil heart. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to rebellion, I do not call thee to stubbornness and pride, but I call thee to submission unto me. And I say that I call thee to consider yourself as servants unto me, servants to one another, and servants even to those who are lost. That is, in the sense that you are willing to walk humbly before me, to labor together for the function that I have for thee. That is, the purpose, the plan that I, the living God, have intended for those who would be willing to obey me. Now I say you are living in a time when multitudes have strayed from the way. They've gone a-whoring, and what it is that they have brought forth is an awful thing. Then I say they look upon it, they grow hateful towards it, and they even renounce it, but then what do? I say they close themselves in bitterness and accusation and hatred and do nothing at all. For I say they have become gods unto themselves, and I say even the error that they are crying out against, they were a part of the same. And I say when you look at them now, I say they are even more in error because they cannot function with anyone. But I say they have isolated themselves, they have sealed themselves in, and oh, how great they are. And I say they can criticize and analyze, but I say they do nothing at all that is of my kingdom. And I say they have none of the fruits that I, the living God, do look for, that are well-pleasing unto me. But I say instead they have the fruits of bitterness and accusation and hatred and riling and competition and refusal to submit to anything or anybody. And I say in their great freedom they refuse to submit unto me. Now I say that the same is nothing but a trap and a snare and entanglement, and the foolish will walk in the same. But I say that the wise will continue to seek my face, my counsel, and be ever subject unto me. And I say they will likewise be subject one to another, for they realize that it is me, the living God, who bears rule over them. Now I say this day that I, the living God, know that men will fail again and again and again, and so they do. But I say simply because men fail at my commission does not mean that I withdraw the same. That is, when men will fail to do what pleases me, or fail to keep attention to what it is that I wanted of them, I say that I, the living God, do not withdraw my intention at all. For I say that I will raise up other men who will indeed fulfill me where the others have failed. Therefore I say, do not look at anything that I, the living God, require and desire, and say it is impossible because men have failed. For I say there are thousands and even millions who fail at their opportunity of salvation. I say they do not walk it out. But I say you cannot say it is not possible to be saved, for that is not true at all. And I say when you see the ones who are losers ever accusing and saying this, that, and the other is not possible, no, they are the failures at hand. That is, they are the ones who have failed to keep their first love, their first vows, their first covenants with me. I say they are the ones who have chosen to stray away, to become goats rather than sheep. And I say they are the ones who love to impose upon others all of their self-righteous, religious, demonic spirits, but they themselves bring forth nothing but death from the same. And I say all the while they claim that you cannot do this, that, or the other because men have failed. But I say the truth of it is they are the ones who have failed because they will not allow themselves to be integrated into me. And I say they will not allow themselves to be integrated into my people because of their pride, which is so strong it cannot be offended. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to live, to die, to perish as a proud fool, but I say that I call thee to bow down low and humble yourself unto me. For I say it is me, the living God, who knows indeed what you need, and I give you the same. But I say if you reject my hand upon thee, if you think you find a better way, then I say you stray from me. And I say you stray from the way that I, I have provided to go in your own way. But I say the truth of it is, you are merely a dumb and deceived fool. For I say that any man's way that opposes me is nothing but the way of demonic control and the death to his soul. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk in estrangement from my arrangement, but I say that I call thee to be thankful for the way that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be rejoicing that it is me, the living God, who has made the way for thee. For I say, when you isolate yourself from what it is that I have for thee, you prove that you are indeed conceited and proud and arrogant and unwilling to bend to me. But I say, when you embrace what it is that I provide for thee, then you are brought forth in my way. Now I say this day that I, the living God, find no pleasure in those who are spiritual adulterers, ever craning the neck, straining the eye, desiring to be out of what it is that I have for them. For I say such ones are a grief, a sorrow, a shame unto me, and I say they are filthy in my sight. For I say, just as a woman who was married to a man who was full of adultery would be disgusted with him, so am I disgusted with those who are ever seeking to stray away. That is, when they are ever craning the neck, straining the eye, and pulling against what it is that I have for them, they are unfaithful. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not look for the unfaithful, but I say that I look for the true. That is, the ones who will allow themselves to be faithful unto me and desire to be ever in me. And I say, when any man or woman will be true to me, they will be true to what it is that I have for them. That is, they will be faithful and continuing in the way of my life. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do indeed have abundance of life, abundance of goodness, and abundance of mercy for all who will walk uprightly in me. But I say, when they are indeed walking far off from me, I say they are taken in a way that is foolish. And I say, when a man is a fool, he will be beaten again and again and again because of his own transgressions. And yes, he will find himself under my wrath because of his choices against me. Now I say, in this hour when I, the living God, am obviously ventilating my wrath upon the ones who have strayed, upon the ones who are unbelieving, upon the ones who are lacking in their faith towards me, why would you choose to transgress against me? That is, why would you choose your own way, which is nothing but pride, and isolate yourself in the same? That is, why would you choose to estrange yourself from the mercy that I desire to give thee, to go in your own way? I say, if you choose such a course, it is because you are a magnified fool. Now I say this day, why not be thankful for the truth, the light, and the mercy that I, the living God, do give thee day by day? And I say, why not be thankful that the straight and narrow way that I give thee is the way of life? For I say, when you look upon men who are refusing to be subject, what are they subject unto? I say they are subject to the rantings of their own insane minds, and they are subject to demons. So even for all of their so-called independence and their freedom, I say they are nothing but slaves of the very forces that will cause them to be damned. I say this day that I, the living God, have called thee to be subject to my spirit each and every day, to be guided by me. And I say that I've called thee to be subject one to another as you walk uprightly in me. Therefore I say this day, be glad for the way that I lead thee, the way that I guide thee, the way that I provide. For I say it is me, the living God, who does provide the way of righteousness unto all who will walk in me. But I say, when men are desirous of their own way, they will be taken in the way of fools, and likewise receive the beatings of the same. Now I say this day, be thankful that I, the living God, will give thee the truth, the light, the mercy, and the way wherein you can walk if you keep your vision, your focus ever upon me. And I say, be thankful that I bring thee forth, that you can indeed be thankful always that I've kept thee in this life. And I say, be thankful for the purpose, the plan that I give thee, which is the truth always.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people.